Hey guys, Nick here, and I'm giving you a video today, and that is my NXT Takeover Dallas predictions. I'm gonna have my WrestleMania predictions hopefully up after this video. Let's just get right into it. This is probably gonna be a shorter video than my WrestleMania, but let's just go. The first match on this card is gonna be Apollo Crews. I believe it is, but this is how I'm gonna do it here. Is Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson. Now this match is kind of overlooked due to every other match on the card. It's gonna be a good match, probably 3 stars, maybe 2.5. Be decent with Apollo Crews, who's really lost some momentum since his Takeover London defeat to Corbin, and Elias Sampson, who just suffered his first loss at NXT last week to Gargano. It's gonna be alright match. Gonna be fun to watch because you're gonna see the crowd probably boo the hell out of Sampson and cheer the hell out of Apollo. So I see Apollo winning. He's probably not gonna be that long, maybe 10-minute match. And maybe after when Apollo wins, because you saw last week, Elias kind of lost it a bit and attacked Gargano. Maybe he takes the guitar and cracks it off Apollo Crews. So yeah, we get to see. We'll probably hear the crowd chant Jeff Jarrett. So yeah, next match on this list will be the first title match, which probably is going to go in this order anyway, and that is a tag team title match between American Alpha, Gable and Jordan versus the Revival, Dash and Dawson. This is going to be a great match. I see this being match of the night. This one I see it being a 5-star match. Maybe just a little bit off. Maybe a 4.5. But it's going to be a 5-star potential match. It's going to be great wrestling between two great wrestling tag teams. I don't think WWE's really had these two types of wrestling teams go at it since the days of probably the early, about 2002 when the WWE tag team titles were brought in with teams like the World's Greatest Tag Team, Edge and Mysterio, Benoit Angle, Los Guerreros. Yeah, it'll be a great match. I see the Revival retaining because when Jordan and Gable go for their finishing move, I see probably Dawson saving Dash. They take out Jordan with their finishing maneuver. Looks like a 3D into a code breaker on Jordan on the outside, kind of something like what they did to Enzo and Cass at Roadblock. Come in the ring. Gable probably takes care of Dawson, but Dash knocks him from behind, and then they hit the move again and retain the titles. It's going to be a great match. I see it maybe going the length of about 25 minutes, because it's going to be great wrestling. Probably not going to be that long, but maybe a 20 to 25 minute match, maybe just a little bit less. But it's probably going to be the best NXT tag team title match you've seen, and there's been some good ones, but this is probably going to be the best one. So I see the Revival retaining. Next on this list, we have Baron Corbin versus the greatest man that ever lived. One of my absolute favorite wrestlers. Probably say one of my top 10 current wrestlers, and Austin Aries. Aries, I can't wait to see him actually compete in a WWE NXT ring. It's going to be just fun seeing Aries. I loved him in TNA. I really haven't seen that much of his Ring of Honor stuff. I just started getting into Ring of Honor maybe last summer. Yeah, it's going to be great. This is going to be probably the worst match of the night because we know Corbin's not a great wrestler. But we're probably going to see Aries putting Corbin over, selling his moves big time, and I really do mean selling. I've seen Aries. He's a very good seller. So yeah, it's probably going to be probably 2.5 stars. It's not going to be that long either because really Corbin hasn't had that many long matches. I think the longest match he's ever had is probably 10, 11 minutes. So that's probably the length, maybe less, maybe 7 minutes, 7, 8 minutes. It's going to be good, and I see Aries winning, hitting the brain buster right in the middle of the ring, not taking care of Corbin, and that's it, because I hope Aries wins, because if he loses to Corbin, who's already hated as it is, I'll be a little pissed, because I love Aries. He's great wrestler. When he came to TNA, he kind of reminded me of CM Punk on the mic and Daniel Bryan in the ring. So yeah, he kind of is like a mixture of both of them. Okay, so the next match is the next title match, which is probably going to be the best match of the night, probably the best women's title match ever. It's going to be 5-star. It's going to rank up there with Sasha Bailey, Charlotte Bailey, Paige Emma, and the Four Horsewomen, Fatal 4-Way back. I think it was Takeover Unstoppable or Rival. Don't remember, but it was one of them. But you guys know what I'm talking about. This is going to be great. It's Asuka versus Bailey, both who are completely over as faces. Asuka because what she did in the Independent, in Japan, and when she kicks people's head off and makes them tap out, and Bayley because she's Bayley. She's probably the most over female since Trish and Lita, and that's saying something when we have Sasha, Paige, Becky, Charlotte. She's probably the most over out of all of them. Hell, even more over than AJ was. So it's going to be a great match. Bayley, I see returning because Asuka's only been around not even a year. So I don't think they're going to really push for her being the champion and that would basically push Bayley to the main roster. I don't think they have any intentions of putting Bayley to at least the summer by then, because I think they want to keep the Divas division where it is, with Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky being like the main focus. Like maybe you'll see Naomi and Paige thrown in a title match every now and then, or in a number one contenders match, but really it's going to be centered around Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, and then when Bayley comes up, have the 4 horsewomen, and hopefully they throw Paige in the mix and Naomi, and that would be like a great 6-way. Those are probably the best divas on the roster except Natalya. Okay, so that's going to be a 5-star match. It's going to be great wrestling. Bayley's really going to have a hard time winning because Bayley's going to really sell Asuka's kicks. I see that really happening. And probably Asuka's going to go for that run and hit move and then get caught with the Bayley to belly, and that's how it's going to end. Or maybe Bayley unveils a new submission hold. Okay, so next match on this list is the final non-title match, and this match is one everyone's waiting for because it's Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. He's finally coming. This Friday, he's here. And with everyone in WWE who doesn't know who he is, I know who he is because I watched some Ring of Honor shows in the summer last year when it was on Destination America. I got to see 2 of his matches against, I believe one was against Roderick Strong, and I believe the other one was a triple threat, but I don't remember who was in it. I just know it was him and Adam Cole. They were both great. Nakamura's hard-hitting. He's great. I just can't wait to see him in WWE. Hopefully WWE doesn't dumb down his style. Hopefully not. Yeah, this is going to be a great match. Sami Zayn's going to take a lot of hard hits. This is going to be 4-star match. It's not going to be as long as you would expect because the main event is coming up, and they're not going to put Sami Zayn in that like a long, hard-hitting match with 2 days before his ladder match at Mania. So it's going to be maybe 10 to 13 minutes because odds are that they're going to give Nakamura like a big entrance. So that's probably going to take most of it. So yeah, Nakamura I see winning because it's supposed to be Zayn's last match, and it's going to be like a passing of the torch from Zayn to Nakamura because Zayn is going to be on the main roster. He's at WrestleMania for the ladder match for the IC title. It's going to be fun seeing what's going to happen there. Maybe Nakamura's probably going to be the next guy in line for the NXT title. It's either going to be him or Apollo. So yeah, great match. 4 stars. I don't really remember Nakamura's finishing moves, but I know it's probably one of his hard knee strikes. Probably going to knock Zayn out, and that's going to be it. Crowd's going to applaud Sami, and it's going to be split like the Divas title, like the women's title match. The crowd's going to be split down the middle, just like the title match coming up. It's going to be split down the middle. You're going to hear the Olay chant and Nakamura chant. So yeah. Okay, next match is the main event, and that is Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor for the NXT title. The rematch from TakeOver London, which Balor won. Now, this one has 2 finishes in my eyes, and I believe everyone else's eyes. Finish 1. Samoa Joe wins, becoming the heel champion that really NXT hasn't had since Kevin Owens. And that will therefore send Finn Balor to the Raw Post-Mania show where he will debut with the Bulletproof Balor Club, Gallows and Anderson. Or Finn Balor retains the title, sending Samoa Joe to Raw, where he'll debut. I believe when Roman Reigns is celebrating his title, he'll debut against Reigns and choke Reigns the hell out. Which odds are Joe will get cheered and Reigns will still get booed. So that's gonna be a great match. All these matches I see them being a little bit shorter than they're actually gonna be, because like maybe 1 or 2 matches are going to get a little bit more time. Most of them I see me just little time constricted, like the main event. Maybe a 20-minute match, especially since Joe had the basically hour-long 2 out of 3 falls match with Zayn. It's going to be great anyway. 4.5 stars. I see this TakeOver event being probably the best TakeOver event there's been, and there's been some great ones from the Fatal 4-Way TakeOver, Revolution, Arrival, Unstoppable. Takeover Brooklyn, Takeover Respect. They've basically all been great, but I see this one being the one because it's the one. They're probably going to do this every year now where it's the WrestleMania of all takeovers, since it's 2 nights before Mania. So it's probably going to be the benchmark for the takeover events. So it's going to be a great show. I see it being a 4-star show. Maybe 5. Maybe 4.5-star show. But it's going to be a great show. So thank you guys for watching. And hopefully after this I'll have another video up. And I'll see you guys later.